Breadheads, welcome to another episode of Think Fresh Podcast. I'm your host, Ty, my co-host, Eric. What's up, Eric?
Oh man, nothing is up but the sky, and I'm just honestly thankful that you are in a great mood today, Ty. I'm in a great mood as well.
Yeah, I look up, I see the sky, it's cloudy with a chance of meatballs. That's right, we both ate spaghetti for lunch. Let's talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, dude. In Vancouver, when it's sunny and it's June, you have to go to a patio to enjoy lunch, and that's what we did today. Yeah, we witnessed a lot of fun things.
Yeah, we patroned Old Spaghetti Factory. Local heads know it as the institution that has kept Olive Garden out of Canada. It's the Great British
Really?
Guard, yeah. Otherwise, I think Olive Garden would just clean up north. But Old Spaghetti Factory is keeping them away.
I can only think of two locations, one of them being the Gastown one, which we patroned today, and then the other one is in New West. Are there others that I'm not aware of? Because I'm only aware of one Olive Garden, so we already have them beat.
That's true. There is at least a dozen, according to their website. I perused it earlier, and there was a whole list of flyover cities across Canada that host a Old Spaghetti Factory.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's honestly music to my ears, because I told you this earlier, but I think Old Spag is slightly underrated compared to its competitors, which are like Cheesecake Factory and Olive Garden.
Yeah, run it through the Olive Garden.
The latter two are constantly referenced in pop culture. People here in Vancouver fiend over, driving to Bellingham or whatever for a quick cheesecake.
Yeah.
But no one ever really talks about Spag, and I don't know why. It's kind of the same shit.
It's a sleeper, It's golden ages have come and passed, but they still offer the same incredible value as Olive Garden. Arguably better because the Canadian dollar is so bad.
Yeah.
I enjoyed my complimentary bread. It wasn't really a bread stick. It was like a 6-inch bread loaf, and they had stabbed it with a steak knife and carried it around like they had beheaded an animal from the hunt. But we got complimentary bread, we got complimentary house salad, complimentary dessert. Olive Garden doesn't even do comp dessert. They don't comp that.
They don't comp anything over there. If anything, you're paying 50% more per person, per head.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Old Spaghetti, it's just kind of like maybe the most beautiful patio in all of Gastown.
It might be. It's perfectly set back from the street. Well, it's on the street, but the fencing creates just the right amount of distance between you and the passerbys. So you don't have to worry too much about having a cup thrown at you or potentially a stabbing.
Yeah. I mean, the layman might argue that local has a nicer patio. However, I don't like the busy intersection. I like to have one-way traffic in front of my table. And also a beautiful view of in-form interiors adds to the aura of Spaghetti Factory.
Yeah, dude. You share the same perspective as many an urban planning associate.
That's right.
Yeah. So, yeah, I had a good experience until we started eating. How about you?
Oh, shit. I had a great experience all the way through, honestly. Slightly disappointed with the food, but that's kind of to be expected, Like, I'm not there for, like, a Michelin-starred meal.
No.
I'm there for a cheap bowl of spaghetti and beautiful patio and kind service.
Kind service.
What else do you really want?
Eric reportedly tipped a whopping 18%.
Yeah, that's the most I'll ever tip anyone, so you should be. So if Michaela is listening,
shout out to Michaela.
She was a sweetheart. You earned it.
Here was my challenge, Eric, is I ordered the manager's favorite.
And when you say that, you don't mean literally the manager's favorite. It's called the manager's favorite on the menu.
Yeah.
And can you just describe what that means exactly to the
fans? I'm
or the spaghetti heads, I should say.
It's like daddy's little favorite. I'm manager special little podcaster.
It's the only thing on the menu that's giving twink.
I don't know about that. More like twin because it's got a duality to it that I will get into shortly. But
You were the treacherous little twink of today, but we digress.
so the manager's favorite, I shit you not, that's what it's called on the menu, is a spaghetti meal, an entree, but with your choice of not one but two sauces. So like I said, there's a yin and a yang, a red sauce and a white sauce. You get to kind of mix and match to find the combo that's right for you. The manager has no say in the matter, so I don't know why it's called that.
Very little say in it. I guess the manager is someone who is simply authorized to and allow to multiple sauces, because typically this is like a sandwich play, you know what I mean? But we've brought the sandwich to the bowl of pasta in this case, and we have enabled multi-sauce play.
Maybe that's what's happening here is the manager's back in the kitchen and he is approving every manager's favorite that comes through the doors.
That's right. Imagine if you just order something extremely twisted, like half vongole, half bolognese. You'd be like, no, I'm sorry, I'm not going to approve this. The manager does not approve this one.
When they say send it back, they're talking to the customer.
Yeah, exactly. Send the customer back to the old Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah. We don't like those kinds of devious combos around here. Ironically, the manager of the restaurant took our order, Eric. So I looked him in the eye and I said, I'll have the manager's favorite. And then there was a little bit of a, I'm not going to say a mix-up, but we were both kind of calculating whether we were talking about the same thing.
Right. Thank God he was familiar with the menu. But yeah, you also did clarify with him, you are the manager, aren't you? He's like, yes, sir. I've never seen a more confident yes, sir in my life.
Yeah, dude. I could tell by the way his blue collared shirt was tucked into his pants. It's like, this guy's got a manager's John on right now.
So what two sauces did you end up getting?
Well, this is the insidious part, Eric. I ordered what I thought was a red sauce with a brown butter drizzle and a cheese type I've never heard of. I usually define my cheeses by their color. Red, white, gray, blue, yellow, you know?
Right.
This cheese was called it was kind of like a play off of manchego. I don't remember the term. Are you familiar with what the menu said?
No, I didn't look at the...
Didn't catch it?
No, I didn't get that far. As soon as I saw the tree and parm, my eyes kind of stopped wandering.
Well, I might as well have just ordered that because the cheese just tasted like Parmesan.
I see.
Yeah. And it wasn't the good way, like pecorino. So I got that, and then I had a mushroom fettuccine as the second option. So I was going for a little red-white combo, but to my dismay, when they showed up, and both sauces were white sauces, I was a little beside myself, Eric.
Much like the sauce being beside the spaghetti.
Yes.
You were beside the plate.
I was like, wait, manager's favorite? The manager served me a double white sauce spaghetti?
I know. I was a little bit in disbelief as well because it looked like only half of your pasta came with mushroom. But that was by order. That was by design.
Yeah, I ordered that. It's kind of like Subway where you're like, is that what I said?
Yeah. It's like, there's no way I made this sandwich.
Yeah, there's no way.
Yeah, so you couldn't even complain about your meal because my brother in Christ, you made it.
Dude, the manager approved it right in front of me, you know?
You signed off on your mushroom.
So I don't really know what I ate it. I guess it just tasted like I was eating fettuccine when I was hoping for spaghetti.
Yeah, well,
you live and learn.
I mean, in hindsight, fairly obvious what was gonna happen, right? Like you ordered a butter sauce and then an Alfredo, and Alfredo is just half cream, half butter. So
and butter is just full butter.
Yeah. So
it's 3/4 butter, 1/4 cream.
And you can argue cream and butter are basically the same thing as well.
They really are, hey? One is just a little bit more liquefied.
Exactly. So, Ty, it sounded like you were maybe under a time crunch or something. Like, I feel like you didn't have enough time to really think about it.
I don't think very few things through, Eric. And I'm realizing now why my stomach has hurting so bad since that meal.
You had, like, a pound of butter.
I drank, like, a liter of milk.
Yeah, and you even skipped your afternoon cortado, which is a rare move. I do want to ask though, your pasta had 2 different sauces. The Tour d'Italia has 3.
At the Garden?
At the Garden.
Mm-hmm.
Not Madison Square, but Olive.
No. Mm-hmm.
Which one's better?
Well, that's a tough decision. Not Olive Garden one was way better because it has it's a prefixed menu, you know? Like this whole build your own pasta only creates problems.
That is true. All they did really was upcharge you because you were indecisive.
Yeah, I paid an additional tax because I couldn't make up my mind, and that's on me. I own that.
Yeah. By the end of the day, you still spent less than me, which was shocking.
Well, it's because you got the chicken parm. I had no protein. I was all carbs.
That's true.
How was the chicken parm?
It was quite dry and thick. Everything was too thick. The breading, the chicken.
I thought you liked it thick. That's why you go quattro meat.
I mean, yes, but chicken parm has to be beaten down, you know what I mean, to a very, very thin kind of layer, and then it has to be lightly breaded. This one, if there's too much breading, it just gets a little soppy on the bottom, you know? So it is what it is. It was quite good once I got to the middle where most of the parm was hidden. So yeah, probably won't order that again, but I'm happy I did. I got to try it at least.
I think something just clicked for me, or should I say clucked. Do they call it chicken tenders because someone beat the crap out of the chicken to the point that it became tender? Like, is it tender
like
because
it's been tenderized?
Yeah, because of domestic abuse.
That's a great question. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure when you like cut open a chicken and you kind of cut open the breast area, there's the breast piece, and then there's like a thin kind of like mini breast under it. And I'm pretty sure that is the tender.
The secret mini breast.
Yeah, so I think that's where the tender originated from. But nowadays, the third nip, yeah. Nowadays, it's kind of like a palsy kind of situation. There's a mini version of it. No, but I think now it's just usually made with chicken breast. Like, they'll be like blended up or something at like a cheap kind of restaurant.
Yeah.
Like McDonald's nuggets obviously would not do that.
No.
But I think like a
real chicken.
A real tender is using that kind of like small piece that is kind of distinct.
I see.
Yeah,
So it's referring to a particular part of the animal, at least historically. Now it could be any part.
I think so. And I think it's just simply more tender than everything else.
I bet if you pump any part of the chicken filled with soy, it will become very tender. Tofu is very squishy.
Would you say you pump yourself with soy?
me and like farmed cattle have a lot in common. Full of milk and full of soy.
Oh my god, yeah.
Damn. Speaking of commonalities, we are currently positioned right outside of our local Subway to record this episode. We find it comforting to be here. And we are not the only vehicle that likes to park outside Subway. Immediately next to us is, of course, a police car.
As always.
They also have a TV or like a computer screen on their dash. Ours happens to be a MacBook. My question to you, Eric, is which vehicle spends more time parked in this parking lot? This mobile podcasting booth or that, I guess, weapon of the law?
If we're counting all police vehicles, I would say obviously the police. Because we've come here at max twice a week to film this, and every time they're here. So you can imagine, you know, just by extrapolating the data, they're probably here every single day.
Oh yeah, of course. If you extrapolate, you're going to come to that conclusion. It's 1v20 out here. They got the whole legion.
Yeah, exactly.
The whole precinct is rolling up.
Absolutely. So, I mean, yeah, I don't see them not ever going to Starbucks or Subway again because it's just like a stronghold in the law enforcement community.
It's true. Yeah, they need their fuel.
It's a really one-stop shop.
If you're gonna arrest a baddie, you gotta be fueled by a bad sandwich.
Yeah.
Ah, man.
Speaking of being fueled by bad things, I think I'm fully done with the miso barley bowl.
No, don't say that. We love the miso barley bowl.
I love it too in theory. However, I just find like it's inexcusable, Ty, for a restaurant to be that inconsistent with their offering. Like, if you think about it, I don't really know what I'm getting every time I order it.
Dude, it's the same thing at Subway. The variability is what we love.
No. It's very different from Subway.
It's surprise and delight, Eric.
I totally disagree.
You just haven't been delighted in a long time.
There's no delighting at Subway, but I know what I'm getting into, at least. I can see with my own two eyes that the green lettuce is not green. In fact, it is brown.
Right. Subway is no surprise, no delight.
Exactly. Whereas the barley bowl, MBB as we call it,
miso barley
it's
bowl.
all surprise, no delight.
Yeah,
You
you're
know
right.
what I mean? So, I mean, I'm fine with no delight, but I need to not be surprised.
Yeah,
by
fair
that.
enough. I guess meals are all about expectations setting,
Exactly.
right?
And sometimes, I love the barley bowl. I might even get some extra barley in there for free. And, a multitude of seasonal winter veggies.
Yeah, some roasted, some pickled.
Some raw.
Some raw.
Last time we went, most of them were raw. And it's just one of those things where it's like, I paid good money for this bowl. And I don't know, I can just, take my business elsewhere. I don't need to succumb myself to this surprise every time.
Yeah, it is weird that if I go to a regular restaurant, there's no doubt in my mind that my vegetable will be treated in some way.
Yeah.
It has a little extra love on the veggie before it's served to me.
That's right.
But at Subway, all the veggies are raw, and that's what I kind of am going for. I don't really want them to pickle them. I don't really want them to roast them. Although, if they were seasoned a bit or whatever, I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah.
I just don't expect it.
Wow, a car just pulled in with, I think 8 or 10 bumper stickers, and I'm so mad that I couldn't get a glimpse of them because she just drove over a curb.
Oh shit! Right in front of the cops.
Right in front of the cops.
Dude,
yeah.
they're not going for them. They got a mouthful of footlongs right now. I'm watching the undercover cop mowing down. I got eyes on them. They got eyes on me. They're wondering what we're doing. They wouldn't believe it if they heard it.
We're wondering what they're eating, so
Yeah.
it's all in fairness.
Dude, new guest alert, right?
Yeah.
Dude, crazy breaking news. I have to share this with you.
Okay.
Hard pivot. I learned this from a push notification from the CBS Sports app a minute ago. I can't believe the sports section of a major news article is reporting on this. But that's because there is an announcement from the MLE. Do you know what the MLE is?
Major League e-gaming.
So close, Eric. You're so close. Major League Eating.
Oh,
That is a real organization, Eric.
damn. Okay.
Dude. And you know what their Super Bowl is?
Let me think about this. Italian Day on the Drive.
Dude, there are a lot of big meals there. Big portions. No. The Super Bowl of the MLE does not include bowls at all. It's glizzies, Eric.
Oh God.
It's Nathan's competitive hot dog eating championship.
Oh, wow.
Like the world championship for Nathan's hot dogs. And
Wait, who's Nathan?
Nathan's is the brand of the wiener. Nathan's hot dogs.
Okay.
They've been sponsoring it for 20 years.
I'm familiar with Miss Schneider, but not Mr. Nathan, unfortunately.
I don't know which company owns the Wienermobile. I think it might be Schneider. They should probably take it over. I imagine that a world championship hot dog eating contest is kind of like a sports stadium where it changes names and like with the marquee sponsor every couple years.
Right, I see.
Yeah. So, future friend of the pod, Joey Chestnut, there's a name we all know, has won the competitive hot dog eating contest the last 17 years in a row.
Holy shit.
Isn't that insane? 16 of the last 17. I should get my facts straight here.
Wow, that is actually extremely impressive. That's more finals appearances than LeBron James.
Dude, like, truly peak of his class,
Unbelievable.
Yeah, 16 of the last 17. I don't even know how many hot dogs he's eaten in a competition or what his, life record is. I dare guess.
Here we go. I break for goth girls is one of them.
Wow. Hard pivot back to the bumper stickers for a second. Would you break for a goth girl, Eric?
Oh, no, I wouldn't. I would run them straight over.
Yeah, facts. Okay, so Joey Chestnut has won almost every single title possible. He has all the accolades for hot dog eating. He is your guy. And this year, Joey Chestnut took on a new sponsorship with
Subway.
vegan hot dog vendor Impossible.
Oh.
Impossible weenies.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does this mean for LeBron's legacy?
Well, the MLE, in particular Nathan's, our insidious sponsor of the World Hot Dog Eating Championships, didn't take too kindly to that, to him siding with the plant-based army in this war on glizzies.
Wow.
So you know what they did? They banned him from competing in the tournament.
No.
Yeah. So now there's like a three-way war between like the vegans, with Joey Chestnut being the face. Then the MLE is stepping in to try to negotiate.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the MLE banned him?
I think Nathan's has enough pull because they're the marquee sponsor that they got the MLE to ban him from competing. All because of a sponsorship. Like, can you imagine,
that is absolutely... That's how I smell something really nefarious going on here, Ty.
Dude, right? And it's not the, like, Dijon.
Like, imagine if in the NBA, like someone signs with Adidas, and then Nike's like, sorry, this person can't play in the league anymore because they're signed to Adidas.
I was thinking the same thing. Like, imagine if Nike kicked Tiger out of the PGA, and the PGA was fine with it. It does. It clearly there's some it's kind of like FIFA, you know. FIFA's got a lot of the dark underbelly of competitive hot dog eating is starting to expose itself.
Okay, so let me run some conspiracies by you.
Yeah, hit me. I knew you'd have them.
Okay, so the tournament itself has had a single winner for 16 years out of 17. Could this be a move to create some new excitement in the sport by getting rid of the top dog, pun intended?
It's possible. That's a good theory. Like,
if the Warriors with Kevin Durant win the finals every single year, like, imagine they did that for 16 straight years. Would you even watch the finals anymore? It's like, you know what's going to happen.
At a certain point, the sport does become a little boring. Like, okay, I don't want to compare it to golf again, but when Tiger Woods lost his aura, then a bunch of golfers had a chance at a PGA title, and so many more names became famous.
Yeah.
Like, that floodgate opened up for so many more golfers to make a name for themselves and resonate with the audience.
Yeah. I mean, these discussions are being had in every sport, and it's not even close to what Mr. Chestnut's doing. Like, yeah, Tiger's winning a lot. Djokovic has the most titles in tennis, but they're not winning 16 out of 17. These are record-breaking numbers for any sport.
Yeah, dude, that's like almost a predatory domination of an entire sport. You don't see that anywhere. So I could see how the MLE wants to diversify their player set. That opens up new streams of revenue through sponsorships.
Right.
I could also see this being an inside job from Joey himself.
Oh.
He knew, surely he knew what he was getting into when he took on the Impossible sponsorship. Maybe he's ready to get out.
It truly ended up being the Impossible sponsorship because it's impossible for him to compete anymore.
Exactly. He literally no longer has that dog in him, and he wants out, and this was his way.
Yeah. Here's another one. Is it possible that the true moneymaker is the actual sponsorship in this case, and it's not the star power of Joey Chestnut? Meaning, if we got rid of him, we wouldn't see any dip in viewership or gross income because all of our pockets are being lined by big dog and not necessarily like actual interest in the sport. So it's like, let's get this guy out of here and appease our main sponsor because that's what actually matters.
Right. Joey was too big for his own good. He ate too many.
Or he's not big at all and they don't need him anymore, basically.
You don't think he's a household name? Like LeBron?
No. I think they're just protecting their golden goose, which in this case is the dog sponsor, Nathan.
Right. Yeah.
And if they want him out, then they have no choice because if Nathan's pulls out, maybe they'll cease to exist.
Dude, it makes me realize that hot dog companies are kind of like little mafias, you know? They're like, we're going to have them whacked.
Yeah. We're dog schmack them.
Take them down. So
Dude, I have no clue how long we've been recording.
I have no idea, dude.
All we know is that we've been recording for 751 bars.
We've
That's
been
pretty
putting up
cool.
some bars, dude.
Now we're posting bars. This is recorded in GarageBand. Very cool, very professional.
Inside
Yeah.
baseball for the
Yeah.
for the heads.
The podcaster's Serato.
Exactly. What else do we got on the docket today? Or are we stuffing down that last hot dog?
Oh, dude, I think our competitive days are done.
So much like Nathan's, we
Yeah.
are pulling out.
The dog days are over.
Oh,
There's
man.
probably 100,000 puns there.
Beautiful. Well, Breadheads, thanks once again for listening. Thinkfreshpodcast.com.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the vibes are. Coming
Yeah.
to a city near you.
Maybe one day. Think fresh, everybody. Ciao.